Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome in. Welcome to Knowles Tarot. Hope you guys are feeling pretty good, feeling safe, happy, not hungry. Why am I feeling hungry? If someone's hungry, you should probably go and eat real quick. That would be dope. I'm feeling a little hungry. Either way, today's reading is gonna be. I know I've been doing a few like weeklies and stuff like that, so I wanted to jump in for something extra. So like this is gonna be how they feel about you. So like any person, sibling, relationship, love, anything like that, for anybody, any sign and all that. So just how the person feels about you, so you can get some insight and some answers. It's gonna be a general reading, so I can't give you 30 different answers. I don't know if they're all gonna feel the same way or a different way, but just ride the wave, see what fits for you, see how it sits. I'm trying to fix this mic, so hopefully you can hear me well. Either way, let's get into this. It's gonna be 6 card. It's gonna be you and your current energy, your person's current energy, and then how you feel about them, so you can see if it like fits and if it sits for you. And if that fits and sits for you, then you'll see how they feel about you overall, and then the advice for the whole situation for you and the other person. Reflection. That's how it works. And then overall outcome if you follow the advice and you go through. So it's just supposed to be sort of pretty much kind of quick-ish, not quick, but I'm not gonna spend 30 years on it like I usually do. Hopefully, let's see what's up. We were gonna be doing that. I don't think we're gonna be using any hermetic today. If it is, I don't know. It just feels like it's not the time for the hermetic, so I'm gonna go with that. But we're gonna be using the Prism Oracle. Has overall feelings, and then maybe clarify with the Lenormand. So let's see what's up. Again, hope you guys are feeling good. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, notifications if you're a fan of it. If you want to stick around. I'd like it if you want to stick around. Also, liking helps share it on the YouTubes for other people to see. So that'd be dope. Anyways, let's get into this. See what's up. Let's see where are you? What's your current energy? Let's see if it matches up. Frustration. Oh dang. Not oh dang. It just doesn't come out often. So interesting. What's underneath? Illuminations underneath. So red to orange. You're at the first step of something, and it feels like you might have to. Feels like getting moving is the hard part. Like the red would be the feet, and the orange is like the legs. So like getting up, standing, moving, maybe standing for something. I don't know. Frustration. It's like it's like maybe you're trying to fit the same. I don't know. You're trying to fit something in something that doesn't fit, or you have something like you have like clay, and it's like trying to put it like creating something, but you have to mold it the right way, like not mold yourself the right way. What? Shaping up. Like maybe you have to shape something up, get in the right shape. Because I'm thinking of standing. I don't know. Exercise is coming to my brain for some reason, but it's like an exercise. If you're frustrated, maybe like a habit, an exercise, like a new way of dealing with something. But you might be frustrated at the situation overall because something isn't meshing well. Let's see your person's current energy. See what's up with that. And what the? I mean, they're both red cards, so I'm so sorry about your frustration. It looks like your person's current energy is happiness, which does match the vibe. So it looks like we're in the right vibe right now. It's so weird. I'm wearing red shoes too right now, so it's like very crazy synchronicity. Their current energy is happiness. I see the eyes are closed, so maybe the frustration could be because they're not seeing. Maybe they're not aware of you. Maybe they're not aware of the situation, or they're not acknowledging you. Because the eyes are closed. Maybe they're taking a rest. That could be frustrating. Maybe you're frustrated at something else other than the relationship, but it feels like this is the reason why we're here. So they're feeling happiness. Maybe they're content in a comfort zone. I see surrender. So maybe this is about surrender. Maybe you're frustrated pushing too hard and they are sort of not doing anything at all. And I think there's a middle. There's a mid, right, because the opposite of red is green, and green's like the middle of the rainbow. But you're at the red, the start of it. So it's like there's a mid ground that you need to come to. You're both beginning a journey. And I believe maybe the way you start this journey every time can be frustrating because of the way that you shape it. The way that the shape is like the outer structure, the outer like formation or something. Formation, Beyonce. I don't know. Music is always thrown out. Frustration and happiness, F and H is a 6 and an 8, and that's a 14, which is just, reminds me of temperance, so like patience. But not just patience, but actively like doing something while actively letting go of control. So it feels like you might be the one doing something and they might be the one letting go of control, and you might be back and forth in this. Because while they may be content, they still have to open their eyes and see sometime. And while you may be frustrated, you still can take a break at some moments, but it feels like a weird seesaw. Let's see what's going on as we continue, because we can clarify with the Lenormand. But how do you feel about them? How do you feel about them within this mystery? Damn, wow, that seems for sure. Like in a dark city, and then look how these two walls match, right? But they're facing different directions. That's what it feels like with that happiness, where like someone has their eyes closed and someone's trying hard, which I feel that for sure. But F, feel frustration. Like these Fs are 6s, and the 6 is a choice, so it's about like how you choose to move through it. But how you feel about them is purple, which is cool, because it's like, I can almost say with red going to purple, it's like you feel like you're one piece. I'm sorry. You are one. Oh, and I'm glad I held them together, because look at the squares and the rectangle shit about it. The F's are a choice, so it's like it's about how you choose to mold it and move it, right? But I see there are two towers here, so I feel like there's two things being molded, but they're facing opposite. One's facing away and one's facing forward. That's what it feels like. You may be facing forward, trying to move it forward, and someone is like sort of facing away and it focus on something else. And that might be the reason for the frustration, but that's also the power in like your movement through the mystery. See how movement and mystery both sort of start with that. So it's like moving, your choice, how you, with the orange again, like it's about taking a step forward, a creative step. And I also feel like because since you can move your legs, you allow the journey to come to you. So I feel like that's the balance, and that's the mystery. So instead of trying to turn this tower all the way around, because I mean that's a building. Imagine you try to push a building so you could turn it around, physically, like as a person, probably would not happen. So, it would probably tire you out trying to do it. So I think that's what it's doing. What's saying, instead of focusing on the mystery, just sort of walk and allow the journey to open up itself to you. And that's all from like how you feel about them. And I feel more so like you feel like it's a mystery, and you feel like you want to push, and you feel like it always takes like effort. But I don't think it takes the effort. I think the effort that you need to do is walk in the faith of it, That's the choice, the faith, not the frustration, Okay, so how do they feel about you? Ooh, this is the juicy part. If that resonated, this is the juicy part. Let's see what they feel for you. For you. And another F, flow. So I'm taking this two different ways, and I see it now because the card's moving a bunch, so I see the ups and downs. So they may feel, and this comes right before purple too. So you may feel about them a more strong and complete way with red going to purple, and they may feel like because red and blue make purple, so it's like they're trying to combine two elements of their life to really complete something. You know, see how the red and blue would complete that? But the flow, and the F is a choice, so they're trying to flow. They're trying to learn how to flow more, in a sense. For you, I feel like the way they feel about you, and I love that it's an F because it's definitely a choice. With you, how you feel about them, with the M being a 13, it's like it more so transforms you. So the way you feel about them is a more, I feel, faded, more like in your path. You have to move through it, and you don't have to choose them, but you still have to move through it, right? But I feel like they're reaching a point where there is a choice with flow, and it's like in the ups and downs, what do they do? How do they allow themselves to move towards you or move back? And both are okay. But it's not about how close they come to you or how far back they are. It's the important part is that they allow themselves to choose what it is that they want to do. Because I feel like there wasn't much of that maybe in the past. There's a fly. How do you do it? How do you do it? How do you do it? Like I just be relaxing. And they come from my absolute neck. Okay. How I feel about you with flow, it just feels like maybe they feel also new emotions flowing, and that with your mystery, because I understand that it may be a darker space for you as well, but maybe these emotions aren't new to you. But with it being the blue, and like blue being your emotion, not just your emotions, but your mind, and how you bring it into thoughts and communicate it, maybe they're learning how to communicate in a new way, how to choose different ways to flow better instead of trying to control the entire situation or control what they see. You know, they don't want to, they're probably really good at like controlling what they see, manipulating their environment to, you know, for the benefit of themselves and others, you know. But it feels like this situation requires a lot less control and a lot more flow, is what it feels. Ooh, yeah, there's pain. Maybe that control caused some pain in the past. And those are P's. That's 16. That's tower. Old structures. Yeah. It's and look at these god darn towers. Old structures, old mysteries, old confusions, frustrations. It's about because there's so much space in the room, and they just decide to fly right into your absolute cornea. So it's like, ¿por qué? You don't have to do that. You can go perch yourself on like a thread of carpet. You can do that and be fine. Either ways. Okay, so advice for you guys for this whole situation. Why am I sadness? Interesting. This one hasn't come out literally probably since the beginning of the channel. It was months ago. Dang. Sadness is a 1. It's about the elements you use. So like magician energy, like being able to use elements in your environments. Like I said, I feel like they're pretty good at utilizing, not, I shouldn't say manipulating, utilizing their environment for their benefit. But with sadness as the advice, it's about utilizing that sadness for your fuel. It almost, because it's like I don't know. It feels like nothing is wasted. All those tears are used for something. And I think of even the rain cycle, it's like a continuous thing. Like it's just interesting how that drop will come probably right back to it over and over again. So I'm thinking of that. You never cross the same pond twice. They're different feet, different pond, different water. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you've been through, you won't go through it as deeply again because of how you magician yourself. You know, how you utilize not even just the elements in your environment, but how you utilize yourself added on to that. I don't know. Any advice with sadness and underneath this energy? Right. That sadness gives you energy. Beyonce once again. Virgo energy is strong right now, I see. And even the S and the E, I don't know. It's not the full word, but it looks like the word C, of course. So I don't know. And even the sadness has its eyes closed. Even the happiness has its eyes closed. God damn. Sadness and happiness. No one's opening their eyes. No one's trying to see. And maybe, I don't know, what you've seen before, what your mind, with all this blue, you've literally got red, blue, and purple. Like, you've got each end of the spectrum plus it all together. But what I'm saying is, one, that's cool. And two, like, I don't know, the sadness, it gives you the energy. And this is like, I always think of this as like Jimmy Neutron. Looks like that brain thing when he goes into his brain. And so it's like your mind definitely, like, the sadness. I don't want to say utilizing the sadness, but processing it, of course, and organizing it like Virgo, the Virgo energy. We're just saying processing it and organizing it in like the proper way. And processing and organizing is a part that you can do, of course, but before you organize, you have to process, in a sense. You have to let it flow through you. So it's like you have to let these emotions, maybe the structure of the past, you have to really grieve those and feel those, and not just let it be a mystery anymore, but see what information you really, like, see what that cycle was really about, maybe. So that if you process old relationships and old structures, it won't lead you into new ones the same way, you know. But let's see the outcome. Let's see the outcome. What is the outcome for y'all for you and this other person that you want to know how they feel? I feel, first of all, a lot of sadness and a lot of control, but just because of, like, since I feel this magician energy from you, I feel like you probably have reflected with past relationships with other magician energies, with people who could just manifest and create, and they're just very strong people. And so, like, I don't know, it feels like I feel a little competitive, but also like survival, or it's like everyone's just doing, like, Five of Wands, everyone's just being who they are, and you have to remember yourself and all that. And I feel like you might have, with the red, blue, and purple and how they mix to make the purple, it feels like you might have mixed very much so with other people instead of being in your own self. And so I feel like that might have hindered your growth and always struck your towers down. But I feel like you've got a much stronger sense of self with all this red. You're both very individual, very rooted people in who you are. I think it's a good and bad thing. Like, you know yourselves, but also you know yourselves to the point where you know that some things have to change. But let's see. Oh, look at that abundance, baby. But there's abundance. There is abundance. And I like that. The red and the green that we were talking about in the beginning. There's abundance and there's anger. There's abundance in your anger if you know how to process it correctly and divide it up. Because see how that single eye turns into all these coins? You just have to... I love how the card is torn in the middle, but not the eyesight. So I don't know, just if you're physical, and almost like a zombie is all like close up. So it's like, I don't know. Not letting your eyesight. Tear? Because now tear is the same as tear. And now there's 3 words. Tear, T-I-E-R. Tear, T-E-A-R. And then the tear of like a rip. You know? And all those remind me of levels because of tear. So like, there's different levels. There's different, like, you reach different heights when you learn different things about yourself. And the tear, when the rip, like if something rips, I don't know. If something is divided, if it's opened up, like if your heart gets opened up, like a tear in your heart. 21 Pilots now. But if there's a tear in your heart, like letting it flow, letting the tears come. Because if something tears open like a dam and the water doesn't flow, First of all, would look very weird, just like water sitting there. And it's not how water works. So if you're trying to go against the flow, it's gonna be painful for sure. What's the outcome? I've been talking for 5 years. What's the outcome? Sweetness. I like it. I like it. Because I feel like no matter what, there's sweetness to yourselves, and like it can be shared out. It's like candy. It's like, oh, now I'm thinking of Aaron Carter because of the I Want Candy song. Now it's making me feel real sad. But I have to ask myself why and see how that connects to me. And that's nice. It's the first non like red, blue, or purple. It is at the, I guess it would come after purple and before red. So it's like you guys are starting a new cycle and it's flowing well. If you allow yourselves to, if you, for the person watching, if you allow yourself to walk through the mystery, and if the other person allows themselves to flow and let it, and just let, and one and the same, like if you allow yourself to flow and if they allow themselves to walk through the mystery, I believe that you'll find yourselves. And once you find yourself, I feel like that gives you the awareness of each other. Like, I feel like it's going to work out beautifully. It looks nice in the cards. Determination, anxiety, energy, comfort, whatever that means for you guys. I'm going to keep moving with the Lenormand. I'm going to get some specific info real quick. Check my time, of course. But get through this, get you guys out of here. Sweetness in the outcome. That heart on a stick. I don't know. It could be like a bit of a flag, but it's a pink flag. So it's a flag of unconditional love, not a red flag. Excuse me. Now I'm thinking of P flag, the parents for lesbians and gays, you know. That's the committee for people who are just supportive to their kids and want to show their support. I don't know why I'm thinking about that, but if anyone's in P flag, that's pretty cool. Because now it's making me think of Love Victor. That's the last time I saw P flag. The Hulu original. I don't know why I'm thinking of that, but I'm just going to keep moving. Frustration. You're feeling frustration. Why is that? And look at the magician energy. So you guys are definitely both very strong magicians with that red and root, and like you know how to use the root elements of life to move forward. But this is the card of time, and this is one element we can't control. This is one element we cannot control. This is one of them, you know. So I feel like there's frustration for you because time isn't fitting. Maybe you feel like you aren't doing what you want to do within the time that you wanted to do it. And that's the issue. That's the control that you're doing. That's the frustration, because it is a choice. You can get frustrated over time, or you can pause and be patient, and that is not the most fun thing. It's literally, honestly, one of the worst things. I understand, trust me. But, and I talked about this the other day, like sometimes it's really cool when you chance upon something and you're like, oh, this is just like perfect timing, and it's like, it is in your eyes because you're living in the present, but all the things that lined up for that to work out for you, it's like the timing is built kind of for us in both ways of the word. It's built for us to thrive and be happy and survive, but it's also built in a way that we could never understand, but it's perfect for us, you know. So that's why we can't control it, because if we did, it wouldn't. First, it's just too much. It's too much for human. You see, I can't even finish that sentence. It's too much. So it's causing frustration. It's not fitting. Something's not fitting for you. And with time, with the clay that I brought up with the frustration, when you mold something and you take your time with it, you can really get that shape perfect to what you need it to, but you're not going to get it in 5 seconds. You're not going to get it. Or you could. Yeah, it's not up to us, the time. It's not about focusing on that part. It's the focusing on the molding part that we need to, that's important. You have two choices with that Gemini energy, and those two choices are cut up into threes, you know. So the Empress is like, what do you want to create? What do you want to birth? Do you want to birth you punching a clock? And that's funny because punching a clock sounds like that frustration, like you're just like, time, come on. And you can think of punching a clock as like a job. It's like continuous effort, day in, day out, same thing. Or do you want to see something new? Do you want the chance, a possibility of not punching the clock and just watching it, sitting back, watching it, letting it sit on your wrist? It's a word play on words, but it makes sense in my brain. I hope that makes sense to you guys too. So why does the other person feel happiness though? What's up with that? Why is there happiness? Oh, the Knight of Pentacles. They are sovereign single? Are they newly single? Dang. But
Oh, sorry.
No, please.
Did you get the text though?
The picture. Yeah.
If he ain't hood, I don't know what ain't.
I really want to. Cause you don't normally.
You don't normally get celebrities like that. At least like being here and like that casual. At least you're not supposed to. Like, what is Jonathan doing?
He's performing live on Saturday. I just remember the last time he played was Rolling Loud in Miami or something. That's Rolling Loud though. Like Jingle Ball maybe. Like he ain't go through the Jingle Ball.
That makes more sense.
Bad Pain. Who's winning?
It's like one of these like local rappers.
Exactly. That's what the signs are for. The local rappers. Is he from Pine Hills?
No. It's not y'all. He's not from Florida. No, he's not from Florida. No, he's not from Florida.
Oh my gosh, I just never expected to see the baby and Colonial Drive next to each other.
And it's not just got like, I don't know, it's odd.
Yeah. It is. I think me and Jaden will go at like 11 or so, yeah, like 30 minutes. Or Jaden and I is correct, I guess. I like that. So they're definitely... I like that. So they're definitely in the transformation. But I like that I saw the Nine of Pentacles first. I'm like, ooh, are they single? Are they newly single? And that's where the happiness is coming from. And that could be a thing. If not just newly single, it's like they found their sovereignty. And if where they found it, here's Anubis. I like Anubis. Anubis weighs your heart just to see. And I can't really get what the weighing is for. I know it weighs out the balance of like, excuse me, your heart should be as light as a feather. So I feel like, I don't know, no shame. They've released a lot of baggage. They're transforming. Shedding skin for sure. Like if they built up a tough skin and they had to fit in that sarcophagus for that part, they probably they probably wouldn't fit with that F again. So they had to shed skin. They had to let go of something. So letting go of something for sure they let go of. But I don't think whatever they let go of made them too upset. So or if it did, this is just part of the process where they are learning to be more happy and sovereign in their own individuality. And I'm feeling singlehood. Somebody out there, somebody is single, and it's good. Because I feel like you didn't make them single. With the Nine of Pentacles, it's their own individual thought. So whatever, even if you did have some sort of like trying to push on the clock, it only you sort of saw that, which is maybe a good thing. And only you sort of saw the control that, because like you know your roots. I don't know if they know your roots. Maybe they understood maybe where you're coming from if they did see it. But I just feel like you're both on your own individual journey right now. But it's like an individual journey that is coming. You know? I'm even feeling two different meeting points because of the way that Mystery has those 2 points on the end. So it's like meeting, and then the way the end comes right back out. So you guys separate again, and then it's like another meeting point. I don't know what that's about. But the life of it, then the death, taking it apart, then coming back together.
I realize I can't eat my ribs outside.
Because of
They will eat them. And they will attack me.
This is a different life. I used to be so like...
There is no saying stop to a cat.
No.
There's no training a cat.
Oh.
They just
Can't be like sit.
and Ratatouille is the only one that's moved up to actually come up and act like what's yours is hers.
So that might be good. So that sounds good. What do we have with mystery? Why do you feel the mystery about them? Why do you feel, why is there an air of mystery? The wishing well. You have got 2 magician cards. I feel like you're such a strong and powerful manifester. Look at that for both of your energies. And the card even spun around, so it's like you spun that card, like I put it down and it went on like my desk. So you're even doing some magic now. What the hell? 37 and a 41, a 10 and a 5. Okay, right. Yourself is what's gonna get you to start the new cycle, of course. It's about something you're changing within yourself too. Something you're trying to, it's like you're almost trying to start your own internal clock by going to the depths of yourself and really making a wish for yourself, investing in yourself. Investing in yourself, not investing in like forcing time, but investing in forcing yourself to be the person you want to be. And the mystery of that, right? That's kind of cute, because like the mystery card, how you feel about them, it's like there might be a wish on the other end. There might be something that you really want from them. But I believe you're taking a trip to yourself first to figure out, like, if I want something from them, or if I want to solve this mystery within them, am I gonna do it by walking through their town and walking through their depths, or am I gonna, like, and even with the well, it's like it's a bit of reflection, like that pool of water at the bottom. So it's like, it's my best example in my brain. If you're hungry and you make someone else a sandwich, is that sandwich gonna feed you? You know, if you're hungry and you make someone else a sandwich, does that solve the problem that you were looking for? You know, so you're looking for a solution, and sometimes you may go about it by trying to solve other people's wishes, by trying to invest in other people, and now it's about investing in your own mystery, because that's where the true answer is. That's where you solve the puzzle. It's not about, because then once you do that, you reflect it, and it becomes clearer, like water. You're able to see each other better, instead of if you're just living in their life, then you're only seeing in their head, and they're only seeing in their head. You know what I'm saying? Then it's sort of discombobulated. The important part is you feel like there's something on the other side, something to yearn for. And if you want to find that, it's about going through your town of your mystery. And I believe that you're doing it well. I believe you're coming, because the way, even look how that sunlight peeks through that. It's not even fully shining, it peeks through that. So I feel like you are coming to the end of that. You see, and like you're seeing the sunlight, you're seeing your well that you're about to wish in. And that's so, and even well and wish, they're both W's, which is a 5. I don't know. If the M is you meeting them and you coming into contact with them and coming out and then going back in, then a W flipped around would be you coming into contact with yourself, then leaving yourself to try to go back to other people, and then coming right back into contact. You see how that flow works? How I'm using that? I hope that makes sense. It's just how it visually feels to me. Let's keep going real quick. How do they feel about you with flow? Now, more juicy stuff. Why do they feel the flow? Whoa. See, I told you it could be just regular siblings, relationships, best friend, but I'm also seeing a little bit of love. Just a little bit. Actually, I'm seeing quite a bit, at least like 45%. But 28 is another 10, so a completion. The time that you have, and then, I don't know, the way that they have, these two numbers both equal 10. So big decision, and look how the man's looking at that time. I don't know. But not holding the time, holding the rose. Something that they probably picked out, something that they gardened, you know? So you can control your garden, your home, your body, yourself, your heart, you know? You can control those. the time, watching it from afar, I don't know, that's very nice. I feel like doing that really shows, with the rose too, it shows how much you value all of the universe and what they do, and you're willing to do your part. So I feel like they're trying to do their part, and how they feel about you is they're trying to like mature into the role that they want to be, like complete something and start something new, end something and start something new. There's more of that, like they're newly single, because a 10 isn't just like a completion, it's a brand new start. And with the 8, it's like there was effort, and they want to put in effort possibly. And the 2, they want to put effort, they want to reflect, they want to, if that 2 is there, they want to be aware, or they are aware of the effort it requires, and they value it, and so they're trying to learn how to flow with it. That's really sweet. That's really sweet, I say. But it is. It's like, I don't want to hold on to time. I don't want to hold on to the past. I want to hold on to myself, is what I feel they're saying. But as long as I can hold on to myself, I know that I can hold on to you as well. I love that. I do love that. Oh. Damn, the ring at the bottom and the Ace of Wands. Very nice. Very nice. And if you are the Magician within this, and I see Pentacles for them, and I see Cups for them, I'm seeing Earth and I'm seeing Water for them. So they're trying to get a foundation. They're trying to nurture it. They're trying to grow, like, not only root themselves, but they're trying to let emotions come in so that it can grow something. Tired of looking at just like ground and I don't know, probably being so scared you just watch the field and say, oh, the grass is nice, but you don't want anything else to grow from it. But I mean, that's a control too. You're not allowing yourself to love yourself at that point. I don't know. So sadness, for the advice, what is the... Whoa, they both came out. I guess I'll hold them in the order they got. I don't know. They're both, and look at that. No matter how I hold them, one is looking at the other and the other is looking away. You see that? Or one is facing forward and one is looking, I don't know, you know, they're both facing different ways the same way. This mystery card is. Yeah, like one's facing away, one's facing forward. It almost reminds me of the Lover's card, how one of them's looking at them and one of them is looking at spirit. Like one person's looking at the other person, like they're like, oh, I'm so aware of how gorgeous they are, but then the other person who's there, they're like looking at spirit. And that's like the best like third party relationship you can ever have, because it's like it's a great flow. One person is learning from themselves and their soul, and the other person is aware and trying to reflect and trying to make themselves better because of it. Looking at each other can help, but it always reflects the same thing, probably keeps it always the same. But reaching higher, it seems like you guys flip-flop and how you look at yourselves and how you look at spirit above you. So like you're looking for help, even with the sadness. You're thinking, you're writing about it, you're getting it out into the air so that you can make it clearer and process it, right? And this would be someone of the woman archetype to process and organize and create yourself anew out of that information that you get, you know. But it's just very cool because it feels like you both do that. You take the reflection, you take the time, but then also you go out into your garden, you start growing stuff, you start picking it up and admiring it and valuing yourself. And even in the same breath as those two, you're admiring each other, just I don't think at the same time. That's funny. But like I said, perfect time. Things still do line up when they're supposed to. So, damn, and look at the rat. Like, there's so many people coming out now. So it's definitely like, I don't know. It's definitely physical at this point, it feels. But let's see. Now it's Pentacles, Cups, and Swords with all the elements. The only one I'm missing now, Pentacles, Cups, Swords. Why do I feel so dumb whenever there's one? Oh, wands. Oh, and would not the last card be a wand? Jesu Cristo. Okay, let's see. Why is there sweetness in the outcome? The advice mostly is to get definitely, if you have any sadness or if you have any emotions or anything that needs to flow and you can't solve it any other way, maybe just try writing, maybe try thinking about it, processing it. And if you need to, talk about it. That's the third point. Like if you've wrote about it and if you process it, try to talk about it with anyone. If you can't talk about it outside of a notebook, maybe, I don't know, anonymous Reddit page, anonymous blog. Just try to talk about it if you can. I don't know. Sweetness. Or a therapist or your doctor or the fly in my face. Oh, I promise you, after this video, I'm gonna kill that fly. Is this the outcome? It flew out, you saw? I can't let that go. The clover, 6 of Pentacles now. I pull one. Wow. I pulled one after, and it's a 20, so they're both 2s. So the 2 energies for sure, and no way. In the beginning, do you remember the talk about 6 and 8, the patience? They're here. So 6 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords. So 6 in the earth, balancing how you move on this earth, balancing your physical body, your time, balancing your resources, right? Being prepared, because this is a lucky card. You can achieve luck. You can achieve all that you wish and you dream for. You know, with the wish. Wish is a 5 though with the W. So in order to reach the 6, something has to change. Something about your time, your resources, how you manage that may have to change to bring back harmony and balance. But once you do that, you're so clear, you're transparent. You're not just these flowers on the ground. You have a whole something to show for, a whole showcase, something protecting it with that sword energy. You're very protected for sure. You have like a whole staircase and animals lining up before you can even get to your, like there's a whole thing, a whole journey before you can even get there. So I feel like this is a journey. First of all, there is effort involved with the 8 of Swords. You're in charge. It can feel like you're not in charge of the 8 of Swords, but that is just the way the mind and the heart play together. If the mind is outweighing with all these swords and the heart is not too much, it's about just trying to listen to your heart more, because that 8, in order to get to the 10, you need 2. You need those 2 steps. So the 2, the reflection, like the inner reflection, and that's the most important part when you're in the 8 of Swords, because the 8 of Swords is like, you could send these out and create something, or they can come right back to you, and it's so strong, it's so powerful, because that pull, it feels like gravitational pull. So it's like time, patience. The outcome with sweetness is nice. It's like the growth, the plant bulbs up, it starts like it's like whoop, whoop, there's a plant, and with the clovers, and then over time, over effort, over patience, it grows up into that. You see what I'm saying? So something is growing for sure into something very strong and transparent and stable and very reflective. Like I feel like you guys will reflect each other very nicely and understand each other, but not even just that. Like even with these 2 2s making a 4, it's like it could be you could build a home out of this. You could build a structure out of this, and people can reflect on that structure and see what it's like for, like, I feel like a healthy reflective relationship. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You guys could be a great example, even individually, because these cards are still separate and individual. But it's the whole journey. It's from seed, it's from the plant to the full bounty. I don't know. It's beautiful. I feel like you're reaching a full bounty, 100%. I hope this helps. That's how they feel about you and how you feel about them. I hope it gave you some insight, and I hope it helps. Let me know what else y'all want to see. Like, share, subscribe, comment, put the notifications on, because my upload schedule is wacky. And also, personal reading info for that is down below. Hope it helps. Again, thank you for being here. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.